We're setting off on a rapid tour of the Kettle River, traveling downriver. Our tour starts just below Big White, where the area drains to the main Kettle to the east and to the West Kettle. Here, Trapping Creek joins the West Kettle. The Kettle originates in mainly forested areas north of Big White. Our tour mostly shows the main stems and main tributaries of the Kettle and does not show the extensive logging that has occurred and is still occurring further up the tributaries. The rate of cut appears to be unsustainable. We show the river at freshet and through summer and autumn low flows, when river temperatures often rise to a point harmful to fish and create damaging algae blooms. A short distance downstream, naturally forming large woody debris created by high water freshets, has created the habitat complexity that favors fish and wildlife. In the words of visiting stream specialist biologist Mike Pearson, floods are important. Big floods are what makes habitat. Hydrologists talk about channel-forming floods, typical every 2 or 3 years. A flood that will fill the river right up to the top of the bank. These are the tools that create more pools and provide woody debris and log jams. Big flows that rearrange the furniture, subject to change when humans alter the landscape. Stream and habitat complexity are benefits for wildlife. Here, multiple channels created by beavers through the area along the road. An area close to the highway where large woody debris structures have been installed in an attempt to mimic natural LWD formation. Some have washed away over time, and the remainder have mostly not been effective in creating pools or scours as intended. Below Beaverdell, the Chenier Creek area with mostly undisturbed riparian areas, well-treed with some deep pools, another area with beaver activity. The Kettle and the West Kettle join at Westbridge. Deep pools in some stretches, but the 2015 Rock Creek fire devastated much of the area, removing stream-protecting vegetation and making erosion likely. However, in some areas, most trees had already been removed to maximize agricultural opportunity. Closer to Rock Creek, the 2015 fire burned much of the valley up to Westbridge. Many homes and trees lost. Much of the provincial campsite was not burned and reopened in 2016. Just upstream, private land, which was forested to the water's edge, has been cleared of stumps, leaving the area subject to erosion. We fly over to the Rock Creek Bridge, west of Rock Creek. This area sees several streams, McKinney, Rice, and Jolly join Rock Creek and flow 10 kilometers east to join the Kettle at Rock Creek. Mount Baldy can be seen top left. Myers Creek enters this area. Mostly natural large woody debris has created stream complexity. The lack of riparian vegetation affects stream temperature and encourages stream bank erosion at high water. Boundary Falls at Boundary Creek, a tributary that passes through Greenwood and joins the Kettle a few kilometers downstream, just as the Kettle flows into the United States for the first time. The Kettle at Grand Forks, where the Kettle widens out and comes back into Canada from the US after a detour through the US of about 43 kilometers. The Granby River, the Kettle's largest tributary, joins the Kettle in downtown Grand Forks. High temperatures and agricultural contributions encourage algae growth in the summer. In the Cascade Canyon area, a few years ago, a proposed run-of-river project would have dammed and diverted this impressive flow, which runs 600 meters before widening out, picking up Christina Creek flowing out of Christina Lake and traveling south a few kilometers to cross the border into the US.